guys, so this will be my review of chapter 180 of Shokugeki no Soma, Revenge Match. And we start this chapter off with Irina basically being shoved aside because her exam is in a different part because she is considered one of the regular students, as she's not actually... Well, she is a rebel, but her father is running the academy, so she's not gonna get thrown out. Not that she would be. She's quite a good chef. Either way, Takumi and Megumi are also getting shoved to wherever their exam is taking place because they are not gonna be paired up with Soma, even though I really wanted to see Takumi being paired with Soma for this exam. But yeah, Takumi and Megumi disappeared and we never see them again. But Soma and Hayama, they talk a little bit, with Hayama acting all high and mighty. Still think he's faking it though. And Soma asks once again what happened to the Shiomi seminar, and Hayama says once again, Shiomi seminar is dead. Still think that's fairly suspicious. But then Soma's like, well, it's all good and everything that you're standing up there and saying that we're gonna duke it out again, but we need a theme, we need a judge, we need like ingredients to cook with. And then Dojima appears and he's like, well, here I am. And he tells them that all of the judges will be... at first I thought it was him, but he says that they will choose judges from like the Tutsuki resort thing, something of like the group that he's part of. So he might not actually become their judge, although I think he might be because it's Dojima and Soma's a main character and we all like Dojima. He has the best foodgasms in my opinion. But Dojima also tells them what the theme for their cook-off will be, and the theme is bear meat, which is fairly unique. Let's just say it like that. And even Soma has this really great expression where he's just like, eh? Kind of like how I reacted. I was just like, what? Bear meat? That was kind of out of nowhere, but it's very unique, so I'll give them that. And then Hayama just kind of goes off and he's very stylish and his hair is grown out, which I didn't say last time because I think his hair is just a tad too long. And he has that one strand of hair that's just like covering his forehead, very manga main character like. But yeah, he leaves so much just like, don't throw the match now. And Dojima's like, this might be tough for you. But they find out that they have 3 days to prepare. I actually thought that they would have like 3 hours to prepare, but I guess 3 hours is good, especially for Soma because he's never cooked with bear meat before. He has no clue what it tastes like even, so that's a great start when he's up against Hayama. But he goes into the kitchen that he's given and he has a bit of bear meat and he's like, well, let me just try it out because I need to know what it tastes like before I can make a dish. And he salts it and fries it and he's like at first, oh, this is good, this is kind of really good. And then the stench just comes creeping in and he's like, well, now I got a problem because we need to get this stupid odor away. And the way you get the smell away from meat is by using spices, which is of course Hayama's strong point. And Soma even points out that why is it that every time I have to battle off against Hayama, it's the damn spices that are just the main focus every time. So now Soma's kind of stuck in a dilemma because he wanted to use the 3 days brainstorming what kind of dishes he needs to make because it's the dish that wins, it's not just the bear meat. But the problem is he has no clue what to do with this meat. He has no clue what spices he's gonna use to remove the odor, and even if he finds the solution to that, he needs to find out what goes with the meat and then how the dish will come together, and then he needs to find something that will beat Hayama because Hayama will actually use 3 days to find a dish that will let him win the competition, while Soma will use all this time to just remove the stench from the meat. So yeah, he's kind of behind here. And then he's like, okay, I have these 4 spices that I want to use and try to take the odor away with, but I don't have them. And then as sent from heaven, these dudes from the Chinese RS come in with the spices And Kuga follows them and is like, these are the spices you needed, are they not? And the chapter ends. So by the end of the chapter, I am left with 4 questions. First one, what happened to Takumi and Megumi? Because they're just gone. Hayama will be battling against Soma, I guess, but what about Takumi and Megumi? Like, they are also pretty up there as far as main characters go. But we don't know who they're up against, what their theme is, how long they have before their matches are, because the thing is, they could just send Hayama in and say like, day 1, Takumi day 2, Megumi day 3, Soma. But then again, they did give him those 3 days to prepare to fight against Soma. And they also said that their opponents will be the Elite 10, so there might be other members, even though we know it's not Irina, it's not Hayama, it's not Rindo. So we have 7 left, but we also don't know if all the members who were thrown out of the Elite 10 have been replaced. So we don't know what's actually going on. Also, Soma does point out that he has no idea what the hierarchy in the Elite 10 is anymore, because now Hayama is the 9th seed. What about Asan, who was previously the 9th seed? And what happened to Irina? Because if new members come in, do they replace the ones that got thrown out, or do they just start from the bottom, which would then make Irina the 7th seed? And who are the new members? So many questions. So that's kind of where we are now. What are the rankings in the Elite 10 and who are the new members? We don't know. I'm guessing that we have 2 open spots left, and I'm guessing that 1 spot will go to a person we know, and 1 spot will go to a new member from Central, or a Central member that was recently introduced. That's just my prediction. I don't know if I might be wrong. Question 3. What is up with Hayama? I spoke about 5 or 10 minutes about this in my last review, but still, there's something up with Hayama. Dojima said that ever since joining the Elite 10 or joining Central, Hayama has become a much better chef. Which makes sense, because if we go back to, I think there was like the Autumn Leaf viewing mini arc where the last 8 people in the Autumn Election tournament plus Irina met with the Elite 10. And Soma basically tried to start Shokugeki with one of them or all of them, but they declined because the Elite 10 seats are so precious, and when you are an Elite 10 member, you have access to a lot of knowledge that no other student would have access to. So of course it makes sense for Hayama, when he gets in the position that he's in right now, that he would use whatever he could to become a better chef. That doesn't mean that he's all for Central though. He might just be really selfish, still be against the ideals because he's still fighting for June. And yeah, which reminds me, he had like a line in, what was it? The first season in the Autumn Elections, in the preliminaries, he was like, I fight for June. Like, that's still a thing, right? I'm not gonna talk too much about Hayama because I really did that in my last review, but still, there's something up with him. We need to get more clarification on what his thoughts are on everything, because he seemed really cold and dismissive in this. And whenever someone tried to ask anything, he was just like, our match, right? Don't throw the fight now. I'm gonna leave now. So yeah. 4th and last question. I mentioned a couple of reviews ago that I thought that at this point we might see what the former members of the Elite 10 might be up to, because if you remember, around the beginning of this arc, we saw Ishiki with one of his kitchen knives kind of ready to do something, and I think he was with Kuga and the former 3rd seed, but I might be making that up. But he was doing something and preparing to do something, and now that Kuga has appeared, very ready to help Soma out, I think what they're trying to do is help the rebels getting through these exams. Because why else would Kuga just randomly appear with the perfect spices that Soma needed to get rid of the stench for the bear mead? Just a question. And the thing is, I don't know whether or not Central will allow them to do this, because they are technically helping the rebels. But then again, was there I don't know if there was any rule against that, though there should be a rule against that. Like, these are former Elite 10 members trying to help the students out the best they can. There has to be rules against this, but who knows? We'll find out next chapter because Kuga is now here and Soma probably has questions. That was all I had to say about this chapter. Please leave a thumbs up if you liked anything that I had to say, and leave in the comments below what you think will happen with the former Elite 10 members and what will happen in the match between Hayama and Soma, because I'm kind of baffled and I don't know who will win. I think Soma will, because then he won't get thrown out, but still I don't see Hayama losing for some reason. But yeah, leave in the comments below what you think about that. And subscribe to me if you want to see more of me. I also do reviews of Shokugeki no Soma, of Haikyuu and One Piece. Of course I do reviews of Shokugeki no Soma, we just watched one. But yeah, until next time, bye!